Hello everybody and welcome back to another Friday check-in. This week has been really good. I have gotten to quite a bit of stuff and the micromanaging is working out well. Now I know micromanaging is kind of a negative term, but it's more like I'm accounting for all of my time throughout the day. Every 30 minutes on here, I'm trying to put something to keep me on track. Because a lot of time what happens is I have a rough idea of what I want to get done in the day, and I kind of dance around my son's schedule. I get things done when I can. But when I have a lull moment or I'm in between tasks, I have been finding myself either reading more than I probably should or scrolling on my phone more than I probably should. And that is not what we're doing here. I'm trying to be productive and get everything done. I can't do that if I'm just indulging in, entertainment activities. So I have been very meticulously planning the night before what I want my day to look like. I have a rough routine with my son that we stick to pretty well. In the afternoon, it kind of deviates more because that's when either he is more fussy or he wants to play more or something pops up, because you can never truly know what your day is going to look like when you have a baby. You kind of just roll with it. Can I even call him a baby? He's almost 1. Is he a toddler? Oh my gosh, guys. My baby's a toddler. He's walking and everything. Okay, sorry, tangent. Anyway, so today's Thursday. I obviously haven't filled out the rest of the week because I do it the night before, but I wanted to film today so I could post on Friday for you guys. But next week, I'll have this filled out and I can show you how it looks like, all nice and full. I started this last Friday, so I've technically been doing this for a week. It's just not all on the same page. Now this week has been very cozy. It's been raining and stormy here, and even now the wind is just ripping through. I love the stormy weather. I find it so cozy, and it just makes me very grateful to be inside, cuddled up with a blanket and my cozy activities. Which, speaking of cozy activities, oh my gosh, where do I start? Do I start with the book or the drawing? Start with the book because I want to show you my recent journal spread. So I finished Love Theoretically. It was very cute. Another Hazelwood book. I read The Love Hypothesis the week before, and this is my first contemporary romance read, so this is my second. And let's see, apparently I like this one more according to my rating because I gave it a 9.5. I do feel like the male character had a bit more depth in this one, although there's just a special place in my heart for a dark, broody scientist. But this was really cute. They were academic rivals turned romantic partners. She had a side gig doing fake dating for men online. Her and her roommate did it. And she was fake dating his brother. And of course, he saw her right off the bat and was head over heels. But she wasn't actually dating his brother. His brother is asexual. I think that's what it's called, is ace. And so he's not attracted to people in a romantic way. And he was just pretending so his mom would get off his back about dating. And so these two hit it off. A lot of hilarity ensues, and it was a nice read. It was really cozy. I like how low stake these books are because it's enough to keep you interested, but there's no life or death. There's no end of the world. Like in fantasy books, it's always like there's a big bad guy who's going to destroy everything and everyone, versus this it's just, oh, I made an awkward comment in front of a cute guy or just something ridiculous. I got caught in the men's bathroom yelling at my arch rival. All of this stuff is in the beginning of the book, so these are no spoilers. But I highly recommend it if you want a cozy Hallmark read vibe. It was very nice. So now that I finished this, I'm on to another Hazelwood book. This is Bride. And looking at this, it looks like it came straight out of a Wattpad fanfic. It is about a vampire who gets married off to a alpha werewolf in order to create an alliance between their two species. And I kind of started reading this as a not as like a joke, but as a, okay, what's this about? It looks kind of silly and fun. And I liked all of her other books. So I was curious to see what she did with a more fantasy vibe. And the way she's done it is interesting. So it's not as much magical as it is biological, genetic mishaps in a way. So, you know, the vampires aren't these magical, they bite you, you turn into a vampire type of creature. They're more a separate species that had a biological gene that triggered certain things. So they can't go out in the sun, they have to drink blood, and they have some, not mind reading, but like hypnosis powers in a way. And the wolves, I'm still figuring out. I'm about this far through the book, so about a third of the way through the book, and I still don't know too much about like the genetics of the wolves, but I'm curious about it, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's set in a more modern sense. It's not like a medieval werewolf and vampire thing. It's a modern day. There's cities, there's technology. She is actually a white hat hacker, and it's cool seeing the modern take on it because just like how all of her other books are set more modern, this is a modern fantasy in a way, which personally I don't see very often. So it's very refreshing and I'm enjoying it. I think this might be where I take a break on the Ali Hazelwood books. I want to finish this and then I think I might be ready for another series. I usually read books in series and it's kind of funny because I read The Love Hypothesis because I was like, all right, I just finished, you know, a couple series. I just finished the Fourth Wing series. I want to read some one-off books. So I read Where the Dark Stands Still. It was good. It was okay. And then I read The Love Hypothesis. And unknowingly, I created my own series of just reading Ali Hazelwood books. Even though the books aren't really related, there is a cameo in Love Hypothesis of the characters, or sorry, in Love Theoretically, the cameo from the characters in Love Hypothesis. They all meet up at a party and it's really cute. I loved that Easter egg because I always wonder about characters like, you know, the where are they now, even though they're fictional. But I wonder how would their lives be after the story's over and things calm down and, you know, they settle into their life together. So it was really cool to see them pop up at a party and all of them meet. But so I have been on an Ali Hazelwood kick, and I think it's time for me to start another series. I've been looking at a few, but I want to read a complete series because I keep accidentally stumbling into incomplete series. I think that there's only X amount of books, but then, oh, just kidding, another book's coming out in like a year or two, and that just breaks my heart because I want to read all of the books and I'll forget by the time the new book comes out and I'll have to reread it. So it's a whole thing, but I'm going to start looking into a new series to read. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I love a romance. I love a fantasy, but something that has a really good plot. So far, I'm crushing it with my reading game this year. Let's see. I have a tracker of all the books I've read in this year. Oh yeah, duh, right here. So let's see. I've read 10 books so far, and we're about almost halfway through March. So it'll be 11 by the time I finish this. That's pretty good. That's a lot more than I read, I think, all of last year, actually. Let's see. Yeah, so last year I read almost 10 books because I didn't finish The Ever King. It wasn't enough plot in this book to keep me interested. 2025 is my reading arc, apparently. But that is what's been happening in my book world. Now let me go into the drawings. I've never really considered myself an artist, but I want to. I think I'm feeling that more and more, especially with my journal. I want to have like cute doodles and stuff. So this is what I was working on this morning. I'm only like halfway through it, but I've been doing some sketching practice and I've been working through these flowers in this book. And I think this is really fun. The book I have is The Ultimate Flower Drawing Guide by Aska Hall. And she breaks things down very nicely. So there's a guide that you follow, and then each step, it really lays it out what you should be doing. And then on this side, she has a place where you can trace her drawing and then draw it yourself so you can practice the shape. I personally have just been drawing it in my sketchbook because I don't really want to mark up these pages, but maybe, eventually I'll go through and I'll fill it out. But I think it'd be nice if I have a friend that wants to borrow this book, or if I want to pass it on to somebody that, it's not totally marked up and they can also use it. But the guides themselves have been really fun to go through. Obviously, I have a lot of work I need to do on my lines, but like this came out pretty good. I kind of gave up halfway through this one. I was drawing this late at night and I just got tired. And then this was a random sketch. But I really love the more detailed botanical drawings, especially flowers that grow in my own garden. This one is from memory, so this was just me trying to see if I could draw some like chamomile flowers from memory. This was a terrible sketch page. This was a zinnia, and I actually filmed a video of me drawing this, but then I got too shy to post it, so I didn't. Let me know if you guys would be interested in like a hangout drawing video where either I chat or I just play music in the background. I think it'd be a cool way to have like accountability buddies. We could draw together once a week, and then I'm practicing. If you want to get better at your art, you could practice what you aren't practice. And I don't know, I think that might be fun. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, this has been really fun. You can see this, I think I drew this like 4 years ago with watercolor, and then I didn't pick up this sketchbook until I started doing these flower drawings recently. This is something I'm working on. I would love to get to the point where I could do a whole sketchbook of those scientific botanical illustrations with things in my own garden. So like with chamomile, it'd be really cool to draw a really detailed chamomile flower, do the leaves, do the seeds, like what it looks like before it blooms, all those intricate things, and then have a section where I could write about, the medical uses, the tea, like dilution, like how many tablespoons of dried flowers to water, that kind of thing. It would be a really fun project and a really cool reference guide. But before I even touch that idea, I need to get a lot better at my sketching. So we'll get there, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that. It'd also be cool to do the watercolor too, because I see some really beautiful botanical watercolor artists on Instagram, and it's amazing how beautiful and detailed they can get these drawings and these paintings to be. So I have aspirations, but for right now, I'm just practicing. And this book has been a lot of fun, so let me know if you guys would like to see more of this. Oh, in that same vein, I finally went back to the gym last night, and the yoga room was full of kids because it was raining, and so the kids' sports were brought inside, and they were using the yoga room, so I didn't get to do my yoga practice. And at first I was like kind of bummed, because I look forward to my quiet Zen time at the gym. But instead, I hopped on the treadmill and I sketched these out while walking on the treadmill. So I just, did a really quick sketching with my pen. I used some photos of flowers in my garden for reference. And honestly, I'm not mad about how this came out for me walking while drawing it. And I think it's important to do just quick sketches, because one, it's fun, and two, I'm at least doing something that's training my hand and training my eye. But that's basically it for my week. It's been really chill. It's, been another typical suburban mom week, but I'm trying to stay on top of my fun hobbies and the things that bring me joy while also being productive. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!